Anyway, it is now coming up to 2 as we welcome to the platform this afternoon Ethan de Groot, now fully established as I think the leading loosehead prop in New Zealand. He's played 13 test matches over the last couple of years and, of course, a key man in that Highlander side, which is struggling a bit at the moment, but they are inside the top 8, which is the all-important thing that you have to do first of all in Super Rugby, is make sure you qualify for the playoffs. And Ethan, a very good afternoon to you.
Awesome, thanks for having me, mate.
Delighted to be able to have the opportunity to talk to you. So are you at a stage now where you are comfortable in that All Black environment with 13 tests behind you?
Yeah, when I'm in the environment, I feel like I'm, pretty comfortable in there. I can be myself. Each year you have a bit of pressure around you if you're going to be back in there every year. You're never set in stone. So, I'm pretty confident in there at the moment.
Often props take a little longer, as it were, to mature in a rugby sense. But you're just, 24 years of age?
Yes, I am, 24, yeah.
Yeah, so you've come a long way in a short time, haven't you, to get to the top of New Zealand rugby in the front row at the age of 24. Do you sometimes think to yourself, gee, this has all happened very quickly?
Yeah, it all has happened pretty quick for me. I just got to pinch myself sometimes and just think, yes. How grateful I am and,
so
and whatnot. Yeah.
What was the key to your rapid ascent into All Black ranks? Is there a coach or coaches that you've had who I presume have played a big part in getting you to where you are?
Yeah, for sure. I think right through I've had some pretty awesome coaches that even from playing for Southland down in Invercargill with Dale McLeod, and then obviously Clark Dermody with the Highlanders. I've been with him for 4 or 5 years now, so working alongside him, he's been a massive help. And then obviously being in amongst the All Blacks, Fiki and having Jace Ryan in there now, very quality coaches, so pretty grateful for them.
So do you think that you are a better scrummager now for your time in the All Blacks?
Yeah, for sure. Scrumming, the South Africans and then those big Northern Hemisphere teams, just getting more experience around playing those blokes. I definitely feel better for it. And then just, having quality players, quality All Black locks behind you as well. And, I definitely feel like I'm in a better spot than I've ever been.
So to be a good scrummager, to be a good loosehead prop, how much of it is technique and how much of it is strength? What's the priority here?
I think it's different for everyone. I think for me it's probably a 50-50 thing. But the stronger the person is, you probably don't need as much technique, and the less strong someone is, the more technique you need. So, I think for me it's probably a bit of both. Technique goes a long way. A lot of tight heads will do a whole heap of different things to you. The dark arts that if you haven't really been in there, you sort of don't really know how to explain it. But for me, I think it's a bit of both. Technique is obviously key, but strength is also a big one.
So strength, I guess, is tied into your weight. Is this something that you have to watch, your weight? What are you, 130 odd Ks?
130 kilos on the dot. So being big is good, but rugby's an 80-minute game, and we don't do 80 minutes of scrumming. So if it was like that, I'd probably be 150 kilos. I don't know, but you still got to get around the park and do your job. Do your job as well.
So that's the other element, isn't it? We've mentioned technique, we've mentioned strength, but fitness. Is it harder for you as at 130 Ks, or how much harder is it for you at 130 Ks to get to the required level of fitness that you need to be an All Black, say, as opposed to a 90-kilogram centre or winger?
Yeah, well, I'm sure if you chucked, 40-odd kilos on a 90-kilo player, he'd probably struggle getting around the field as well. So I think you just got to find that sweet spot that works for you. I know everyone's a bit different and teams play a lot different. I know at the Highlanders we try to play with a lot of pace. So I think during our training weeks and that, I get quite a bit of fitness in around getting around the park, especially playing alongside Aaron Smith. You know, that ball's coming out pretty quick.